Please subscribe, like, and share. It really helps us out. And of course, if you have any questions, comment below, and we will answer you as soon as we can. Welcome to this video in our series on IGCSE Business Studies. This is Unit 2, Part 2. In today's lesson, we will be learning about organization and management. If you haven't seen our previous videos, click on the card above.
Today we are looking at organization and management. Firstly, let's look at organizational structure. Organizational structure refers to the levels of management and division of responsibilities within a business. They can be represented on organizational charts. What are the advantages? All employees are aware of which communication channel is used to reach them with messages. Everyone knows their position in the business. They know who they are accountable to and who they are accountable for. It shows the links and relationships between the different departments. Gives everyone a sense of belonging as they appear on the organizational chart. The span of control is the number of subordinates working directly under a manager in the organizational structure. In the example, Mary Jackson's span of control is 2. The finance director's span of control is the number of managers working under him.
The chain of command is the structure of an organization that allows instructions to be passed on from senior managers to lower levels of management. In the illustration, there is a short chain of command since there are only 5 levels of management shown. Now, if you look closely, there is a link between the span of control and the chain of command. The wider the span of control, the shorter the chain of command, since more people will appear horizontally aligned on the chart than vertically. A short span of control often leads to a long chain of command. If you don't understand, try visualizing it on an organizational chart. What are the advantages of a short chain of command? These are also the disadvantages of a long chain of command. Communication is quicker and more accurate. Top managers are less remote from lower employees, so employees will be more motivated and top managers can always stay in touch with the employees. Spans of control will be wider. This means managers have more people to control. This is beneficial because it will encourage them to delegate responsibility, or give work to subordinates, and so the subordinates will be more motivated and feel trusted. However, there is the risk that managers may lose control over the tasks.
Line managers have authority over people directly below them in the organizational structure. Traditional marketing, operations, and sales managers are good examples. Staff managers are specialists who provide support, information, and assistance to line managers. The IT department manager in most organizations acts as staff managers. Let's have a closer look at management. So, what role do managers really have in an organization? Here are their 5 primary roles. Planning. Setting aims and targets for the organizations and departments to achieve. It will give the department and its employees a clear sense of purpose and direction. Managers should also plan for resources required to achieve these targets. For example, the number of people required, or the finance needed. Organizing. Managers should then organize the resources. This will include allocating responsibilities to employees and possibly delegating. Coordinating. Managers should ensure that each department is coordinating with one another to achieve the organization's aims. This will involve effective communication between departments and managers and decision-making. For example, the sales department will need to tell the operations department how much they should produce in order to reach the target sales level. The operations department will, in turn, tell the finance department how much money they need for the production of those goods. They need to come together regularly and make decisions that will help achieve each department's aims as well as the organization's. Commanding. Managers need to guide, lead, and supervise their employees in the tasks they do and make sure they are keeping to their deadlines and achieving targets. Controlling. Managers must try to assess and evaluate the performance of each of their employees. If some employees fail to achieve their target, the manager must see why it has occurred and what he can do to correct it. Maybe some training will be required or better equipment.
Next, let's move on to delegation. Delegation is giving a subordinate the authority to perform some tasks. What are the advantages to managers? Managers cannot do all work by themselves. Managers can measure the efficiency and effectiveness of their subordinates' work. However, managers may be reluctant to delegate as they may lose their control over the work. What are the advantages to subordinates? The work becomes more interesting and rewarding, increased job satisfaction. Employees feel more important and feel trusted, which increases loyalty to the firm. It can act as a method of training and opportunities for promotions if they do a good job. Moving on, now let's focus on leadership styles. Leadership styles refer to the different approaches used when dealing with people when in a position of authority. There are mainly 3 styles you need to learn. They are autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire styles. First, the autocratic style is where the managers expect to be in charge of the business and have their orders followed. They do all the decision-making, not involving employees at all. Communication is thus mainly one way from top to bottom. This is standard in police and armed forces organizations.
That brings us to the democratic style. The democratic style is where managers involve employees in the decision-making, and communication is two-way from top to bottom as well as bottom to top. Information about future plans is openly communicated and discussed with employees, and a final decision is made by the manager. Laissez-faire, a French term that translates as leave alone or literally, let you do, style makes the broad objectives of the business known to employees, and leaves them to do their own decision-making and organize tasks. Communication is rather difficult since a clear direction is not given. The manager has a very limited role to play.
Finally for today, trade unions. A trade union is a group of workers who have joined together to ensure their interests are protected. They negotiate with the employer or firm for better conditions and treatment and can threaten to take industrial action if their requests are denied. Industrial action can include an overtime ban. This is refusing to work overtime. A go slow, which is working at the slowest speed as is required by the employment contract. Or even a strike, which is refusing to work at all and protesting instead. Trade unions can also seek to put forward their views to the media and influence government decisions relating to employment. What are the benefits to workers of joining a trade union? There is strength in numbers, a sense of belonging, and unity. Improved conditions of employment, for example, better pay, holidays, and hours of work. Improved working conditions, for example, health and safety. Improved benefits for workers who are not working, because they're sick, retired, or made redundant, which is dismissed not because of any fault of their own. Financial support if a member thinks he or she has been unfairly dismissed or treated. Benefits that have been negotiated for union members, such as discounts on the firm's products, or provision of health services. What are the disadvantages to workers in joining a trade union? It costs money to be a member. A membership fee will be required. You may be asked to take industrial action even if they don't agree with the union. They may not get paid during a strike, for example. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, subscribe and share. And comment below so we can clarify things for you.